Welcome to the Maryland Mortgage Rate Weekly Mortgage Market Update for the week of April 28, 2014. Hello, I'm John Thomas with Primary Residential Mortgage, here to give you an update. Well, last week was certainly good news for Maryland mortgage rates. They did move lower after that big jump higher the previous week. If you look at the bond chart on the screen, you can see the big green candles last week and the upward trend now as the mortgage bonds move up. Interest rates move lower. So we did bounce off support as we recommended last week, so hopefully you floated your Maryland rate. Now this week we are also going to recommend floating again to see if the mortgage bonds can continue this rally. But if you got a rate you're happy with, because it did jump back, definitely wouldn't fault you for locking it in, but we are going to recommend starting floating to see where the market goes. Now, what helped the mortgage market rally this week was weakness in the stock market. It did sell off, and then tensions overseas. In the Ukraine, we have Russia massing their army on the border of eastern Ukraine. And then we've got pro-Russian separatists in Ukraine itself seizing government buildings and causing a big ruckus there. The Prime Minister of Ukraine said Russia is trying to start World War III with their intervention in Ukraine. We'll have to see how this plays out. The tensions there are definitely going to have an impact on the stock and the bond market. In economic news, we had the weekly initial jobless claims come out on Thursday, and they did jump higher, 14.5% up to 14.5% up to 329,000 claims for the week. That was a jump of 24,000 claims from the previous week, which was 305. Now, last week was a holiday week with Easter, so we got to see how if that played into the fact employers may not have had work because it was the holidays, so that could have spiked claims up. So we need to see what happens this week to see if that was an anomaly. If not, that would not be a good sign for the labor market. And then in housing news, we had the new home sales for March 2014 drop 14.5% down to only 384,000 sales. Now, new home sales is the number of new construction homes that were sold in the month of March. So that was the lowest reading for new home sales since July 2013. Now, analysts are getting concerned over the housing market and that news, but we're not yet because we don't know all the factors that came into that report. Because it can't be that the housing market is just slowing, because if in that report we also saw new home sales where the median home price was up a whopping 17.4% to $290,000. So you don't have home prices going up and a big giant slow in the market. So we got to see what's going on there. Hopefully next month we can see new home sales rebound back, and that'd be good news for the housing market. We also saw the release of the existing home sales for March 2014 last week, and that came in higher than expected at 4.9 million units sold. But it was a slight drop of 0.2% from the previous month, but definitely a good report. The median home price on existing home sales was $198,500, and that's up 7.9% from the previous year. So good news on housing for the existing home sales. We'll have to watch to see how new construction plays out. Then in the local news, the next free first-time homebuyer seminar is in Clinton, Maryland, and that is Saturday, May 3rd. It's this coming Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon. If you'd like to register for that event, you can give us a call in the office, 410-412-3319, or online, www.marylandhomebuyerseminars.com. The next one in Towson, Maryland is Saturday, May 24th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Baltimore Sheraton North Hotel. So you can register for that event if that suits you better. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.